Welcome to this episode of The More You Know, a series of short videos produced by the Pennsylvania Link to Aging and Disability Resource Services Area 13 partners. Service Area 13 consists of Berks, Lancaster, and Lebanon counties, and it is just one of 15 service areas across the Commonwealth that exist to provide long-term living information and resources for persons aged 60 and over, persons with disabilities, veterans, family members, and caregivers. Hello, my name is Margie Degler-Pizarro, your host for this series. I am a geriatric and palliative care nurse practitioner who is a passionate advocate for abundant living and aging. The Pennsylvania Link to Aging and Disability Resources is part of a nationwide initiative that was developed to take a seamless approach in the way that we assist seniors and adults who have needing help with activities of daily living. When you need long-term living information or assistance, call the Pennsylvania Link to Aging and Disability Resource Center toll-free helpline at 1-800-753-8827. The title of today's episode is Rsvp of the Capital Region. And the name and title of my two guests today are Becky Gibbons, the program director, as well as Margie, Groy, Lancaster and Lebanon development coordinator. And as always, the purpose for today's interview is to bring a renewed awareness of this important service to you and to discuss it in detail so that service providers, as well as those persons needing this service or product, have a reliable, up-to-date source of information on everything that Rsvp has to offer. And so with that, we're going to begin this video with a video about Rsvp. And here we go.
Every 7 seconds, someone in America turns 55. In ever-increasing numbers, older Americans are showing an outpouring of interest in volunteering and service. Rsvp is America's largest volunteer network for those 55 and over. Over 400,000 strong, it harnesses the skills, experience, and wisdom of these men and women while offering solutions that deliver on some of our nation's most pressing needs. And without question, Rsvp is making an impact.
The Retired and Senior Volunteer Program connects volunteers aged 55 and older with the people and organizations that need them most. For decades, volunteers have been serving their communities through AmeriCorps seniors and their Rsvp programs. Rsvp of the Capital Region was established in 1972 and serves Adams, Cumberland, Dauphin, Franklin, Lebanon, Lancaster, Perry, and York counties.
I've had the opportunity to help hundreds of people in need during disasters. It's truly rewarding seeing the look on their faces when we roll in. I've served at floods, fires, and blood drives. I love being able to help folks in their biggest time of need.
Over 1,000 Rsvp volunteers support 135 local organizations by tutoring children, caring for the elderly, assisting in disasters, and helping veterans.
I've been tutoring students for years and love every minute of my volunteering. The best part is knowing that I'm making an impression on these young minds. And I know I'm really helping our teachers in the schools. Some of my students stay in touch years later and thank me for the impact I've made in their lives. We get things done by using our skills, knowledge, and experience to make a difference in Central Pennsylvania.
I've been working at the local food bank for over 10 years. I'm happy I can give my time serving families each and every week. I get such peace knowing the families don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from.
Rsvp volunteers are making a difference for generations to come. Contact us to find out how you can support Rsvp and empower seniors to serve their communities.
Wow, I've had the opportunity to see this video a couple of times, and I'm always amazed at how much these seniors are able to make a positive impact in our community. And Becky and Margie, I am so thankful that you're both here today. Becky, if I was to ask you to sum up in just 1 or 2 sentences how this service can help the persons in need of it, what would you tell me?
Sorry, more videos were playing in the background, of course. Gotta love technology. Sorry, can you ask your question again?
Sure. I am so happy that you and Margie are here today. And if I was to ask you to sum up in a couple of sentences, the best part of what you do for seniors in the community through RSVP, what would you tell me?
Sure. So we're excited because we are able to support senior volunteers here in the area. And so we serve 8 counties, as we mentioned, here in central Pennsylvania, and it's been for almost 50 years. And we are able to both provide volunteer opportunities for seniors who are hoping to stay active and engaged in their community. But then those senior volunteers are able to benefit other seniors and other community organizations. So it's one of the unique aspects of our organization that not only do we benefit our senior volunteers, but they in turn also benefit other seniors by helping to provide Meals on Wheels, and they help with disadvantaged children, and they help with natural disasters. So it's a unique position that we're in to be able to help support the community in a multiple of ways.
That is just so awesome, Becky. Thank you so much for sharing. And as the program director, you get to see firsthand all these wonderful volunteer programs at work and what they do. Thank you so much. And Margie, if I was to ask you to take a few minutes to expound upon the services of RSVP, how people could obtain being able to find information about volunteering, where they might volunteer, what would you share with me?
Okay, as Becky said, we handle 8 counties, and I myself handle Lebanon and Lancaster County. And we partner with agencies that are nonprofits in our communities. In Lebanon and Lancaster County, I work with probably about 24 nonprofit agencies. Could be anything from food banks to veteran services to Meals on Wheels, libraries, helping students, and so forth. And what happens is we reach out to volunteers at recruiting events, and we also get volunteers that reach out to us directly. And we're kind of like a matchmaker in our communities. The volunteers tell us on a volunteer enrollment form what skills and interests they have and what they'd like to do in their volunteer efforts. Sometimes they don't always choose what they did in their life careers. For example, we might have a nurse that says, I don't want to work in the medical office, and I want to work with children, or I want to work with seniors. So we try and best match them with exactly what they'd like to do. And we contact the agency, we set up a meeting with them, and they start to volunteer. We ask for a minimum of at least an hour a month. We have some volunteers that volunteer at 3, 4, 5 different places. And we have some good benefits for the volunteers. We have a mileage allowance that's allowed if they're traveling to and from volunteering. We have pay for their clearances if they need child abuse clearances and so forth. We have some liability and death benefit insurance. And of course, most important, the thing we like the most is the fun things throughout the year is we have recognition events. We have dinners. We have, for example, we have night baseball games coming up here in September, and flea markets, dinners, breakfast, and so forth. So we really want to recognize our volunteers throughout the year and give them some recognition for their services. And Becky can tell you a little bit more about how they contact us.
And Margie, before you let Becky talk about that, oh, you're going to let Becky give us that information. Okay, that's great. And then Becky, after you give us that information, if you'll share a little example of someone who recently volunteered and their experience. And then, of course, before we close, we'll ask for the information one more time. But please,
Sure.
Your contact information.
Sure. So you can give us a call at 717-541-9521, or you can visit our website at www.rsvpcap.org. reg.org. And you can also find us on Facebook. Just do a search for RSVP of the Capital Region. And so you can just get in touch with us and we'll get you connected with one of our development coordinators in your community and, just do an informal interview to get you connected with that perfect opportunity. And so you had asked about a story about someone that we've worked with. There was a gentleman who was a superintendent. And when I sat down and talked to him about what he was looking for and his skills, his interests, he talked all about his school career and, was quite certain that he would be serving in one of the schools as one of our tutors, assisting the teacher. And as we got further in our conversation, he shared that his wife had passed away recently, and he really needed some engagement with some individuals that were closer to his age, so that he wasn't feeling quite so isolated and alone. And so as we talked more, we realized, the right opportunity is maybe not working with kids right now. That was what you did in your career, but right now at this point in your life, a different experience is going to be more rewarding and fulfilling. And so we were able to get him placed at a local senior center where he was able to help out and interact and be with folks more his own age. And that's just one example of how we are really invested in making sure that it's a positive experience for the volunteer. It is not just plopping them into a place wherever might need a volunteer. It's making sure to understand what you're really looking for out of your volunteering experience. So that's a key component of how we work with volunteers, and we want to make kind of the perfect match.
That is so beautiful. And it's such a win-win-win, because the volunteers are getting the benefit of being able to share their expertise. Those people in the community are having that, and everyone ends up enjoying the interaction with each other. So I would ask Becky, if anyone's just tuning in and hearing that and thinking, I'd really like to be able to volunteer, or I have a service that I would like to find out if RSVP has volunteers who could serve in that realm. Could you give us the information one more time, how they would contact you, please?
Sure. So you can call us at 717-541-9521. Our website is www.rsvpcapreg.org, or search for us on Facebook, RSVP of the Capital Region. Either way, you'll get one of us and we'll get you connected to the right person.
Becky, thank you. Thank you so much. And Margie, thank you very, very much to both of you for such an excellent presentation and sharing The More You Know by the Pennsylvania Link to Aging and Disability Resource Area 13 Partners Network. My name is Margie Degler Pizarro, and I thank you for joining us today. Be well, and remember, when you need long-term information or assistance, call the Pennsylvania Link to Aging and Disability Resource Center toll-free hotline at 1-800-753-8827. And I'm going to put that screen up now. So if you didn't get a chance to jot it down, you can do that now. There we have it. Okay, Margie and Becky, thank you again. It was a pleasure. Take care and be well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.